volume here in our exciting 70s music that we got going on.
Was there music?
Yes, there was music. There's music.
I didn't hear music.
Shush. All right, everybody, come on. It's 11:30. I already started it. Oh, you did? I hit start broadcast. Okay. Okay, come on in, everybody. Let's have a seat. Let's get going.
Yeah,
Thanks, Brandon. I need you for so many reasons. All right. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. We're going to get right on time. We want to be starting on time, and we want to wrap up on time. We want to make sure we're really, really conscious of your time. We have a lot of great things going on. I'm just making sure I don't still hear the music in the background. Sorry.
No one ever heard music.
Shush, there is music. First of all, again, thank you for coming. I would love to, we even have chimes. Let's welcome our new agents to the Market Center. If you're new to the Market Center, since our last sales meeting, please stand up. I'd love for you to announce who you are. I'm sorry?
Jeff Schreck.
Welcome, Jeff.
Donica Sadbury.
Welcome, Donica.
Jackie Schaefer.
Welcome, Jackie. Glad to have you. We're going to be extremely on point today with our meeting. We have our 2017 ALC, the Associate Leadership Council members. Remember, Keller Williams is built by agents for agents, right? So we have the ALC members. I'd like to ask, Bianca's coming up?
She was downstairs. So.
Okay. Let's have Chris DePong and Eva Madrigal stand up for me, please. They are the Financial Committee. Could you share a little bit about the Financial Committee and why it's important that our agents attend these meetings and when it is?
Well, what we mainly do is analyze and look over the numbers. It's an open book policy here at Keller Williams. But what we try to do is, cut expenses and maximize profits, which is profit share, which everybody hopefully should be getting. So that's why it's important to definitely come and get your unfair share, things like that. So, and we do talk about other things, procedures and stuff like that. But I would love to have you join our committee, and hopefully I would have to hold my meeting here in the CDC eventually. So if you're interested, please come see me the second Wednesday of every month at 11 a.m.
Thank you, Chris and Eva. All right. Bianca DePong and Shivani Dallas, who couldn't join us today, head up the Productivity Committee. Could you share with us a little bit about the Productivity Committee, why they should be attending, and when it is?
So, sorry, I'm a little winded from climbing up the stairs. So the Productivity Committee is an opportunity for all the agents to get together and try to decide what classes we should have, if you're experiencing something that you would like more information on, if you're struggling in a certain area. If just basically it's an opportunity for you to help assist the staff to decide what classes should be taught here and what partners should come in to explain certain things, like if you have questions about title or lending or anything like that. Also, it's just an opportunity for you to be a part of the office, because if we don't know what you're having struggles with or issues with, we're kind of guessing, just to provide what is best for you. But if you could come and have an input, that would be great.
When is it held?
It normally is on Wednesday, but since Shivani's going to add, we're going to pick a different day so that it'll coordinate with her schedule as well. So we should know in the next week.
Okay, so we'll be looking for it on the
Yes.
August schedule.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bianca. If I could talk today. Scott Kooiman, you're the Safety Committee. This is a brand new committee to the office. Can you share with us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I'm Fire Marshal Bill. KW has noticed that there's a lot of things happening to agents throughout the country that are not positive, and kind of want to start making a stand against that. So put together a safety committee if that's something you're interested in. Really focused mostly on people in the field and what can be done to safeguard you guys and teach you guys some new skills and talents, and find some resources to help out with that. So just if you're interested in that, just let Angela know, or you can email me, Scott@costing.com.
Yeah, look forward on the August calendar for that committee. What a great opportunity to learn how we can get the message across about the safety in our industry. Gary Smith is not here. However, we have Brandon Morgan who's going to step in for him. Gary Smith is the chairperson of the Growth Committee. And go ahead.
I just got added to the Growth Committee because Gary's out of town. So, but at the same time, my coach with MAPS is making me really put a big focus on my downline this year. So it's just natural that I would join the Growth Committee. So I believe with the Growth Committee, it's two things. Growth of our market center, where we're going, which is really exciting. Going to help you with your business of telling people in a listing presentation where we're expanding to, where we have offices, what we're planning with our market share, that kind of stuff. And then also understanding the growth of your personal downline, the office profit share, that kind of stuff. For me at least, I know that I want to know as much about the gift of profit share and about my downline as possible, and I think that being a part of Keller Williams, you should too. So it's every every second Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. would be a great opportunity for you guys to come and check it out. I did my minutes yesterday, and it was Brandon walks in the room at 11, Brandon walks out of the room at 11:01. Oh no, it was motion to leave the room at 11:01 and seconded by me. So we need you there. And it would be a great opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about what the growth is. So, thanks a lot.
Excellent. Thanks, Brandon. All right. Our culture committee is headed by Mary Newton, Misty Mayland, and Lori Tudor. Could you stand up and share a little bit about the culture committee, why it's important our agents are a part of it, and when do you meet? Both places?
Both places.
GBC and here, every other month.
Maybe. Okay, so culture committee, we kind of get to do more of the fun stuff. It's challenging, but it is fun. So we take care of scheduling all of like barbecues, gatherings, fundraisers for people who need help, or just fundraisers for school supplies, and like we're doing now, water drives. So it's kind of fun, the Christmas parties, things like that. So we could always use more help in getting all this organized. It takes a lot of work. Misty just got on with us, and
Today's my first day, so
happy.
I'm excited to be
We meet every first Monday of every month at 1:45, generally downstairs, but I would like to also utilize this, so the more the merrier would be fantastic.
Excellent. Thank you. Remember, if we're built by agents for agents, this is an opportunity for you to learn, have a voice, share, and be a part of this, the committees and the market center. So thank you. I want to get to our very, very special guest that we've brought in. Now, yeah, I know, big claps. I am so fortunate to have gotten to know this remarkable woman, such an incredible individual, and who always looks amazing. Let me say that. Every time that I've met her, she looks amazing. And I have to read the little bio I have for her, because when I look to, talk a little bit about her, I need notes. It's that good. All right. Team leader of 3 market center launches. Okay, so getting the market centers going. Home run market center for international. They've all been extremely profitable, which is important, right? In the Southwest region, she was the first cultural icon. Kind of says a little bit about who she is. Recipient of the Spirit Award, co-chair of Keller Williams Southwest Region Cares, $75,000 to the VMLLC, which is fantastic, raised $125,000. She was also the Southwest Region's International Agent Leadership Council representative, top 25% in recruiting. She is a broker in Texas and Arizona here. I think she knows a little bit about the stuff. She holds great designations such as ABR, CRS, GRI, SRES, and CNE. I'm really, really excited to have Toni McCarty with us today.
Well, thank you. I didn't know she was going to do that real estate part. I have to tell you, with my heart of hearts, I probably cry every time I come to this market center one way or another. And I was telling Jesse this story, because Jesse calls me sometimes, and I really do try to keep him in shape for you guys. I think he's precious and he's wonderful, but I was telling him this story, and he didn't know it, but Steve, I think Steve knows this story. I don't think anybody else knows it, but maybe somebody was in the last CE class with me. But I was a team leader, and my office was where Sharon's office is, where you guys' office now. And I popped out one day, and TCT, I don't know where they are now, but at the time they were back in that back corner. Where they are they still back there now? They moved all over the place. They're up
On the other side of the building, yeah.
Okay, back where they used to be?
Yeah.
So anyway, we would share the conference rooms, and sharing the conference rooms, they would come in, and people paying rent would come in, and this gentleman was in there, and I don't know why, he just looked real pleasant, kind of like you, Andrew. And I said, I don't know, we started talking, and I don't even know why, but we ended up in a conference room, and he said, I'm going to tell you a story about this building. And I said, what? It was John. Remember John and Steve?
Mm-hmm. I will in a minute.
And I'm older than you. I am older than you. Anyway, so John said, Tony, he said, when they were building these buildings, he said, I used to come and, he was a pastor. He said, I used to come and I used to walk this land and I used to pray. And he said, I'd walk this land and I'd pray. And I'd walk this land and I'd pray. And he said, God's got a purpose for this place. And I don't know if that means anything to you, but I know that I know that I know. But why would I know that except to share it with you? Do you remember that story now? And so what I know is God has a purpose for all of us. So I'm running a real estate office, kind of a boutique brokerage, and I'm in a marriage that's falling apart. And so in that marriage that's falling apart, he wants me to move to Amarillo, Texas. Dear God, please forgive me. Why? And then to save my marriage, I did. And going up there on my birthday, David Osborne, some of you will know David, it was my birthday, and he called me and he said, hey, I'd like to talk to you about Keller Williams. You know anything about Keller Williams? I said, I was in a meeting that Mike Brody was in, and he mentioned that funky little name. And there was a Cutler Williams that was a big, as a matter of fact, who's that little bitty guy that acted like the Chihuahua that ran for president when George Bush ran? Ross Perot. He owned that company. So anyway, I said, yeah, I know it. He said, well, come. He said, I want to talk to you. And he said, I want to know if you'd like to be the team leader of this market. Where you call a market? He said, would you want to be the team leader? And I said, no. And he said, why do you want to be a team leader? I said, I'm going to tell you something. I am sick and tired of prima donna real estate agents. Just going to say if the shoe fits. And he said, what do you mean? And I ran a company that was leading real estate companies of America. And they were pretty good. And they were pretty good. You drove through our parking lots, you would have been really impressed with the cars that they drove. And they were great real estate agents. They were the most miserable group of human beings I've ever saw in my life. Just saying. So I said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to remember. He said, would you want to join Keller Williams? And I said, well, why would I want to join Keller Williams? And he tells me about profit share. And he goes, you just have to go tell people about it, and they'll join. And he said, so what are you going to do when you retire? What's going to happen? I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have my $800 with Social Security. That's what I'm going to do. And he goes, you can build a legacy, and you can have money. And he said, and you can share people about the growth and the opportunity of this company. Well, I didn't tell you that I'd been in Amarillo before. And I started my real estate career in Amarillo. And I went down to Interstate 27 to Lubbock to sell real estate. And I go back up there, and I'm selling real estate again. And I've gone to work for this guy that at the time I worked for him, he had a lot of agents, and he didn't want any more agents at all. But he said, I like you, you're not a problem, you can come work for me. And he said, so I'm talking to David in October, so in November he comes to me and he said, I'm just have a little group of intimate real estate people. And what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to come and speak on loyalty. Because you've been so loyal to me. And I said, okay, I could do that. So anyway, long story short, they say again, do you want to be the team leader? And I said, no, I don't want to be the team leader. I have no desire to be the team leader. And he said, hey, do you know anything? Do you know what the belief system is at Keller Williams? Who can tell me what the belief system is at Keller Williams? Who can tell me?
Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Think first to understand.
Okay, so that's kind of sort of part of it. Kind of sort of part of it. So what is it, Stevie D? Stevie Smart. What is it, Stevie? What's the belief system?
Well, the belief system we call Y4C2T.
Good.
Right?
So this is ridiculous. So you get a Starbucks card. Do not take anybody with you because you'll be embarrassed. It's only buying one card. I love Starbucks because it's the perfect thing you can re-gift. Even if you don't like coffee, they've got great pastries. Okay, so I promised Jesse I would do this. So I'm the team leader, and I'm downstairs, and I walk in, and I go, can somebody And Herfel says, McCarty, there is no why. I said, sure there is, why. There's no why. What's the W stand for?
Win-win or no deal.
Okay, so let me tell you about win-win or no deal. It's not a big W and a little W. And I've been a real estate agent, and I've been a team leader, and I've been a general manager of real estate companies, and I've been an owner of real estate companies, and I've been a vendor. It's win, win, or no deal. That burned in my spirit, and I learned that in this office. When I came out here, I was going to buy a house. So it was a pretty good little negotiator, that C&E. I loved it. My deal, why I did real estate? I like the people, but I love the deal. I never did drugs, never seen drugs, don't know about drugs. There cannot be a higher high than the deal going together. So I'm just going out and I look at this house and these people tell me, I've sold real estate for gazillion years. Don't tell your people, don't tell them. So I go back and I say to Christine Devine, who at the time was working on City Chambers Pensions Advisor, I said, I want to offer so-and-so, so-and-so. At the time, you didn't offer below on pricing. And she said, I'm not going to let you do that. And I said, why? And she said, where's the win-win there? And I said, they'll come off. She said, oh, I know they'll come off. You know they'll come off. And she said, but you're wanting to come off at this price, $3,000. And she said, you'll never pay that off. She said, they need that $3,000. And I thought, that's a win-win, right? So what's the I stand for?
Integrity.
Y'all think you do the right thing.
No.
I hate it.
I
Makes
never
more
win
money
anything.
than home warranty. What? Home warranty does not have good margins, right, Yvette? Don't anybody talk to me about an air conditioner. Okay. All right, so what's integrity stand for?
Do the right thing.
Aye.
And so when do you do the right thing?
Even when nobody's watching.
Yeah, or if nobody even knows. You always do the right thing. You do the right thing, that integrity thing. Who told me what that I stood for? Who said it? Oh, it's Melanie that taught me how to dance. Okay. No, she doesn't get two. She'd like me double. I mean, all right, what is the, let's see, what's the Y, the 4 C's. Look at it. She thinks she knows it. What's the first C? Equipment is the first C? That's okay. No. What is the first C? Hold that answer for a minute. What's the first C?
Customers.
They always come first. First of all, that's your fiduciary. I had a come to Jesus meeting. I had a meeting this morning with my attorney. That was an ex-judge. She is an attorney. And I said to her, when I sold real estate, I had a mutual expectation of your conversation, and I don't think we had that. And I want to know who your fiduciaries. It seems to me it's to you and your law firm is charging me every time I turn around and do the inspection. So what is that? The customer is the customer always comes first. Oh, what's the next C, Pumpkin? Oh, I think I need a customer. Did I give
Danette?
her?
Did you give her the customer?
Who got it? Who had it? You don't want my C. Give me what the next C is, honey.
Commitment,
And what is commitment in?
all things,
And what does all things mean?
everything.
Say what you mean what you say, do what you say you're gonna do. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. If you're not gonna do it, you know what you do? You call the people and you say, I can't do that. And you renegotiate. But it's commitment in all things. It's if you're coming to lunch here and you RSVP, you show up, because somebody paid for it. Oh, did I put my vendor hat on? Okay, what's the next C?
Creativity.
Is that the next one?
That's the next one.
Is it the next? Is that the next one? Creativity. This is one Steve was.
It's
I never.
communication.
Oh, look, he thinks it's. Okay, Jeanette, what do you think it is?
Well, I'll go with Raymond. It is communication.
Okay, and so what does communication mean?
Communication is being understanding first what the other person is thinking.
So it is to seek first to understand before you're understood. Not my strongest suit.
You deserve it.
I really want you to know, but that's a real good one, to seek first to understand. And yesterday I listened to a man for 42 minutes because I listened to him about his air conditioning.
Did you understand?
I understood, but it didn't matter what I said. You know, you just can't. So this is the one Steve always likes. I've never understood why it's in the Y4C2Ts. What's the next one, Stevie?
Well, it's creativity, but can I go back to communication?
I guess so.
Okay. we had a meeting yesterday with a client who was upset and wanted to do something outside what the contract said. And so, but before you could go there, you had to listen to what the client had said. You had to let the client know that you understood where they were. You had to let the client know that you were on their side, and then you could take them to where they needed to go. So that Seek First to Understand is, quite frankly, the most powerful negotiating tool that we have, especially when there's difficulty that happens. So when we talk about this belief system that we have here, the Y4C2Ts that you're going through, it's like, this is how we do business here at Keller Williams. This is what our culture is. This is who we are as a company. And it plays out so simply in little areas, but they turn out good. Creativity is ideas before results. And I, quite frankly, never understood that.
And you always told me you did.
Nah, you know what? I didn't think I did.
So let's take that out. No one understood.
No.
Until I started teaching Quantum Leap to kids.
Good.
And so once I started teaching the Quantum Leap to kids, and I started understanding that there's a first creation and a second creation, and that it's what you think, and if you're not thinking right, nothing right comes out here, and nothing changes out here until you change what's going on up here. And so it's that the creativity that we talk about is that an idea has to happen here before there's any physical results. And the interesting thing is that nobody challenges what your ideas are. The interesting thing is, our question is, how well is it working for you? So a real estate agent that thinks that, you know what, I don't want to call and ask for business because I don't want to offend my friends. Or I don't want to knock on doors because door knocking. Those ideas produce bad results. So that's...
And your enemies aren't going to do business with you, so if your friends won't, what are you going to do? And you're talking about door knocking. I was running this real estate office up north, and the girl comes in and I recruit her, and she starts singing to me the best little whorehouse in Texas because she had done that as a dancer on Broadway. And I was from Texas, and I guess I think I reminded her of Texas instead of the other one. But anyway, she fell.
I already have one.
Well, give it back.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So you can do the values of
Okay.
that.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyway, she was going in and she was like listing all these houses. So I got her and I sat in her pants. What are you doing? And she said, well, you know those scripts you were teaching? I was an actress. I memorized those scripts, and you know they work. Right, that's a true story. And she got to do, but she was a dancer on Broadway, and she got to do the lead at the Phoenix Community Theater, and so she got to do Dolly Parton. So I was always real happy about that. We're back into that. But anyway, Y4C, 2T. So what's the first T?
Teamwork together, you want to choose one.
Is it teamwork? I think it's trust. I mean, but teamwork is good. That's good. You get to answer that. Who said the other T word?
Mauricio.
It is teamwork.
It is teamwork.
Oh my God! I knew you were going to catch me. It's teamwork first. So what? Tell me about teamwork, honey. Tell me about teamwork.
Together, everybody achieves more. You know, nobody will succeed alone. You always will have a team behind you, or you better have behind you. Somebody's always behind whatever you are trying to accomplish.
Roger Staubach said that it's not necessarily the most talented team that wins. It's the team that's committed to the same purpose. And so there's really and truly, you know, when they win, did any of you watch the ESPYs last night? Did you notice the ones that gave credit to their team? It was their team, their coaches. And no one ever really does succeed alone. And if you think you do, oh well, you're going to chance to learn, you don't. Okay, so what's the next T? Who had it? Who's our friend? Who did I promise trust? So tell me about trust, Sandy. Tell me trust. What did it begin with? Honesty. Honesty. Yes, honesty. So what does honesty mean? Does it mean not stealing? What does honesty mean? Honesty means being saying what you mean and meaning what you say. Saying what you mean, because I'm gonna tell you, some people, I can't help from watching them while they're talking and what they're watching and talking. So the minute somebody starts telling me how honest they are, does that scare you? So the one that I remember with, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm just gonna confess right now, I'm a Christian and I don't care who knows it, and I'm really glad he knows it. But I was selling a house in Amarillo, and there was this big, huge, horribly big Bible on his table, and my broker said, "Hold your pocket." And I said, "Honey," he said, "Just hold your pocket." We closed, and the seller put the disposal. So who pays for the disposal? Okay, trust me, I just don't know. Who do y'all think it is? Why does a realtor get to pay? Because a home warranty company can't. No, I'm sorry. Did I say that? I just wondered if I said it. Okay. Okay, so we did that trust thing, and what's the next one? 2 T's, and what's the last one?
Success through others.
Who said that? And that you can't win again.
I know I can't.
You can't win, she knows it all. Who knows what the S is? Speak up. Speak up, she told you. What is
Success through others.
Success through others. And so how does that happen? How do you build a market center that's profitable? You tell your friends and your neighbors. You tell people that you want to be in business with. You walk and you use those words. So when somebody does something, you say, "Wow, Callie, that was a lot of it. I appreciate how you committed. Thank you for your commitment. Aren't we a great team?" Because the only way you will ever develop character is if you use your words. Because culture, every place, every company, every family, every child, every office, every business, everything has a culture. It's what culture do you want. So I went up there and they told me that I could profit share, and that if I could talk people into joining this company, that, I'd have a little profit share. I didn't know too much about that, but I just wanted to tell them I want you to join. I like it. I think you're going to like it. We're going to train you. We're going to teach you. We're going to empower you. It's a company. We're going to buy acres and forages. And so it's pretty good. I got my personal profit share check. I put $76. My last one last month, what was it, Michelle? $3,400 and something? Yeah, I spent over $200,000. That's great spot I've been in. So David Osborne says to me, "Why don't you think about being a team?" And I woke up, and I thought that's what I'm supposed to do. And I called him and I said, "You heard something? You're fixing to make me offer something." I said, "I'm going to do that job."
Fixing's a Texas word, right?
No, they use it in northern New York, too. Everybody was talking, Steve said y'all, and he was. But anyway, he said, "Let's fix the place to do it right now." So I took that job, and the man that was really unhappy with me said to me, "You aren't loyal to me." So I had my picture made, and I had to have it made twice, because I cried, because I loved him. He taught me, it was like I sat at his feet, and he taught me real estate. He taught me real estate. And I thought about it, and I prayed it out, and he wouldn't talk to me, and we'd go realtor things, and he'd avoid me. And one day I went over there, and I sat down, and I said, "I want to talk to you." He wasn't happy to see me, but what are you going to do? I'm here. I said, "I want to talk to you," and I said, "If you think that I'm not loyal, you are so wrong." Because I would take anybody to the man that ever said anything to me about you. Because you taught me everything you know. And so just because you're not there doesn't mean that you're not loyal. And this company changed my life because I could say it was about God. It was about Him. And it was about business. And the thing I loved the most was when I get a phone call on Monday from some other broker that would complain to me because one of my agents, they're not supposed to be mine, but they were, didn't return the call on Sunday, and I'd say, we have a belief system here, and they choose not to work with us. They choose to spend it worshiping the God they want to worship or with their family. And I love that we could say those things. And I love the fact that we could make it a company that was, what's the company vision? What's the company vision I'm gonna give you? You a thing when you tell me what the vision is.
Be the company of choice for new generation.
Here, I'm giving it to her because she was real fast. She's been kind of, truthfully, between all you suckers, she's been the one that's been the best.
Go Heather.
Yay! And so I was really fortunate. We got a market center here, and I got to know people. And my job today is it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And I get to go to 3 states. And you know, I didn't know these agents. You know, I like a lot of them. I like those people. And I didn't have a lot of interaction with Coldwell Banker, and I like those people. And I remember what Rhonda Finney said, not every company is for every agent. You know, the glove doesn't always fit. And that's okay. But the ones that it does fit, the ones that you want to be in business with, those are the people that you share and you give to your team leader, or you give to Steve, or you give to any of your ALC. And those people will help you. They'll help you grow your downline. Maybe it's somebody that does business just like they do. Maybe it's the top team and it's a female. Call Siobhan, she'll help you. That's what we do. We help each other. That's the teamwork thing. And they'll help you, and they'll help you grow your business and help you grow your life. And let me tell you, I have some of the greatest relationships in the world that I would say that come out of this. And I love Keller Williams. I love the company that it is, but I love the people that are in that company. That's all it is. But if you walk down those aisles and you see somebody doing something, you tell them that you use your words. Use those Y4C2Ts so that they know what that is. And that you'll be a blessing, and that you'll walk out here with favor with man and God. Because when you live your life right, you have favor with man and God. That's just all there is to it. So you can say that, if that's who the company is. So it changed my life. I was 50 years old. I thought I was cute and darling, and I was pretty cute and darling. But that only opens the door, and it doesn't keep the door open. And when you're old like me, cute and darling doesn't work anymore. But it changed my life. And I always said, I have many team leaders that I still know they will say, we got a PhD in business. We understood it. Finance committee, if you have questions, call me. I'll help you. You need to know with this money. So this is your money. This is your profit share. This is the commitment that your company made to you. And your commitment is that you spend it wisely and you make right decisions. And I am honored and blessed. And I told Jesse I'd do one other thing. I'd do old Keller Williams cheer. You remember the old Keller Williams cheer? You remember me do all this? So he said to me, he calls me and he said to me, now you've got to promise me you'll do the cheer. And I said, okay. So I haven't done the cheer except this morning in my house alone, and thank God that I don't think we have Martians. But I'll tell you what it is, and it says, who is Keller Williams? We are the most innovative, fastest growing real estate company in the world, where the agents are partners. They have a say-so in the decision making, and they share the profits. And they're empowered to take their career to the next level. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll move on to our Culture Award. I think that's a great segue into the Culture Award. Our June recipient was Janine.
Good morning, afternoon, I think. So, Mary, thank you for all the nice things you said. It's greatly appreciated. You know, she was talking about helping others, Tony here, and that's kind of where I went with this when I had to think about who I was going to give this to. And it really came to me within a few days after actually receiving it. So I'm just going to read what I wrote so I don't have to wing it, because I'm not a winger. All right, so when deciding who deserves the Culture Award, we think of others who are always there to help. Even back to when they're building their own business, they make time to always be there and help others. And you guys, I see that around here all the time, and it's really nice. I actually do have 2 people in mind this month, so we're gonna have shared recipients. When I go through the bullpen and I see other people sitting and helping new agents to the office or new agents to the company, it's just really great to see everyone coming together. They're taking time away from their own business to help others build theirs. So with that, the 2 people that I have in mind here are actually in ALC. They're heading up 2 committees and teaching Ignite, and they participate in everything that we do. So this month, I'm passing the Culture Award on to the DuPong duo, Chris and Bianca.
That was beautiful. Helping me with it. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's talk about. I know Tony had talked about profit share. Brandon had talked about it with the growth committee. I want to say this is a new all-time record. The highest it's been since June of 2005. Okay, $34,481.27 paid out to our agents through profit share. We've been talking about the Integrity First vision. So I want to ask you, looking at that profit share, what impact does shattering records like that do for a market center? Or better yet, what do shattering records like that, how does it impact the agents? How does it impact it? By having that profit share and why we're growing to the number one in the region. What impact does that do for you?
Feed the drive.
Feeds the drive. Compensation allows you
Conversation.
Conversation. Okay.
And
Compensation. Well, let me show you what kind of impact that does for our agents. Let's take a look. Have you guys noticed that month over month our list has been getting longer and longer and longer of these high achievers? Okay, this is what our agents are out there in the market, and they're taking their market share. They're growing their business. They're in high production. Now, because the lists are so long, let's look at the top 3 of each category. Our contracts written leaders, Gus Palmisano, Kathy Jeffrey, and Kevin Barry. Contract written leaders in volume, we have Brock Danielson, Gus Palmisano, and Melanie Nemitz. Top 3 in contract close leaders, Gus Palmisano, Diane Alexander, and Kathy Jeffrey. Contract closed in volume, we have Gus Palmisano, Melody Bramer, and Diane Alexander. Fair listing taken, Diane Alexander and Kathy Jeffrey. And as far as listings volume, Brock Danielson and Diane Alexander. Great job. So those are our individuals, and fantastic job. The team listings taken, we have King and Associates, the Make a Difference team, and the Barker team. Congrats. Good job. Team closed volume, the Black team and Make a Difference team. Congrats. Our team written volume, the Black team and Barker team. Great job. Let's take a look at our groups and how they're leading the way. Our top 3, Kenny Klaus team, Jesse Herfel group, and Robin Rotella. Great job. Our group closed volume, Kenny Klaus team, Amy Jones group, the Robin Rotella team. Great job. And group written volume, the Kenny Klaus team, Amy Jones group, and the Cold team. Great job. Now, the area that we outperformed the MLS, listings taken volume by 13% and contracts written volume by 12%. Still an area of opportunity for you are those listings taken, right? When you get those listings, we call them leverage, and we'll build our business. So what are you going to do in your business to be successful and get your name up here? Well, we've been doing the classes. We've been having the listing panels and the buyer's consultation classes for you. Brandon, is Mindy here by chance? No? Chris and Brandon, can you share with us a little bit from the listing panel class that we had just on Tuesday afternoon, why the market is where it's at with what you're doing for success of getting the appointments for these listings and actually taking the listings so we can outperform the MLS and the listings taken?
No, go ahead.
All right. Who was at the panel? So a few of you. It's a really good panel. It was Mindy, me, and Chris, and talking about what we're doing differently is just the activities that need to change. So if you're what you're currently doing with lead generation isn't getting you the numbers that you need, it doesn't mean that lead generation isn't working, it means that you're not doing enough of it. So that was one thing we talked about, and then the other thing was just having the conversation about really where the market is, and knowing exactly and having the education and the skills and the training and the systems to make sure that we convey to the sellers where we are in this market. So.
Yeah, and then I talked about it from an individual standpoint more, where I'm using some platforms that will help me narrow my search, focus more on individual homes that have a probability of selling over the next 12 months, and focus in our marketing and calls and things like that, and actions that we have to do to get those listings. So it's just do it, so.
Yeah, so thank you, I appreciate that. And just to let you know, the listing panel and the buyer masterminds will be done monthly for you. We'll have different panelists for you, so you can learn a little bit, different personalities, different ways they're doing the lead generation or the conversations. The one thing that I know I took out of the listing panel is they talked about scripts over and over and over again, and having the right conversations about the market that you're in. So again, having that knowledge, having the skill set, build it around those scripts. We have script practice here, we have script practice at the Gilbert Business Center. They run simultaneously, so it doesn't matter which one you're at, Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 8:30. I heard it talked a lot about during that panel on Tuesday. So, thank you, gentlemen. I do want to congratulate a few people on their first listing and first closing. First listing, Paul Santos and Richard Harless. Great job. First closing, first of many closings. Fred Dittman, Jennifer Johnson, Kyle Fuller, and Tony Preston. Keep their introduction, that's for sure. Okay, what I want to do is have Rhonda come up. And she's going to talk about some upcoming must-attend events in August, as well as some classes and events.
Did everyone get one of these flyers when you came in? If you didn't, there's some extras on the table there. We're highlighting, this is for August. These are, like she said, must-attend. We have Nick Waldner, agent, $14 million to $130 million in 4 years. So he's coming all the way out here to see us.
Well, it's really important. It's coming up.
Vanna White up there. Also, we have Mindy and Shivani's going to be teaching the 6 personal perspectives. And then also, we got Judy Lowe from the Arizona Real Estate Commission is going to come talk to us about commission rules and regulations for teams. I guess there's some new changes. So it's these are very important classes to come to. Let's kind of highlight real quick in July. On Monday, Title Alliance is having breaking down the prelim, so please sign up for that. And then we have the Cromford report on the 18th. It's a luncheon run. And then also Danette is teaching 2 different classes. On Monday the 24th, she's doing disclosures, how to advise on the new buyer advisory, and then she's doing the boot camp the following Monday, which will be contract law and legal issues. And thank you, Danette, for always doing this for us. And then on August 2nd is Fuel Up for Ignite, which Angela will be running for the next session of Ignite will start on August 7th. And that's it right now. We'll go over more later, but please go online, and the one with Nick is limited space. We only got 50 spaces, so if you want to come, be sure you get in there and sign up, okay? Yes.
I would like to add that, when we do the class on the contract, and any class that I teach, it's really for all of you guys, not just to participate yourself, but also if you know of agents from other companies. It's intended for you to be able to invite them here so that they can hear what kind of training we have. So please do that, because I think it'll help you and it'll help the office.
Absolutely. Thank you, Danette. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to talk about a few items of interest. First, I know Rhonda had mentioned on Tuesday the 18th, we have Tina coming in to talk about the Cromford report. And I asked Robin if she could join us today to give a little testimony about how important the Cromford is in your knowledge of the market, the tools and how you can use it as a tool with your listing presentations. Robin, could you share with us a little bit about how you use it and why it's so important, please? Thank you.
Oh, I thought I was just giving a testimonial from the back.
Come on up. This is important. This is a fantastic tool that agents can use, and I think if you could share it, it'd be fabulous.
Well, I love the Cromford Report, so my team loves the Cromford Report. We use it in everything from the open house, the buyer consult, the listing appointment, the market, what's it called, the summary, that market analysis summary report they have. If you don't know that, definitely you want to come to this meeting on Tuesday. They have the chart that shows whether it's a buyer's market or seller's market. We can tell them, they hear about it, but if you're showing them the actual report for their segment of the market, and what I do is show them our Gold Canyon compared to Mesa. It's a different market, and I point out that, this is why you need somebody specializing in that market. So we use it for everything. We keep a binder of all the reports that we want to use, and we have our assistant update it every month. And then every week at our team meeting, we get the weekly report. So we just can't say enough about it. So I will be there on Tuesday, as will my team. So it's a no-brainer, and it helps us to set apart from our competition.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Why you're on the leaderboard, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see your name up there. Absolutely, it's working. I am conducting setting goals for the Now workshops. They are running every Monday, starting July 17th through Monday, August 7th. We are mid-year. We've just started, the 7th month, so we're in the tail end of 2017. If you know where you're at with your goals, you don't know where you're at with your goals. If you're behind goals, if you're ahead of the goals, you need to come attend these workshops. We're going to get you in alignment. I've got some great gifts for you as well, and help drive you into production and higher levels of production. In addition to that, coming up in August, we're bringing back Drive with Brandon Morgan. You want to come up and talk a little bit about it for us?
So we shortened Drive. I don't, in this room, who was at Drive last time? We got a couple of you, right? Last year it was 15 weeks. We're going down to 8 weeks now. So what Drive is, it was created to just propel you guys forward with, as far as your skill sets, your mind frame, all that kind of, or mindset, all that kind of stuff. But the biggest thing is we're talking about goals a lot with her class on Tuesdays, right?
Mondays.
Or Mondays. This is going to be on Tuesdays. It's going to be going through probably Christmas, because we're going to have, or end of November, because we're going to have some time off for holidays and stuff like that. But we're changing it up a little bit. We're going to be focusing more on the business owner side of the business in this Drive than just the lead generation side, right? Really focusing on what you're doing daily. And I'm reading The Millionaire Real Estate Agent for the 3rd time right now. I set a goal that I was going to read it every single year. And page 77 really came out at me really strong. We always talk about what our big whys are, right? And what's propelling us and everything. And it says here, for your personal growth, I'll just read out of here. The surest way to combat the natural tendency is to make being your best and doing the best the point of everything you do, and make it your big why. So then I was reading on, and then I was getting towards the end of the book, and let me pull up that page. It says on page 253, when you get down to it, your millionaire real estate agent business will ultimately be a reflection of you. If it is to change, improve, and grow, you will have to too. In fact, your growth will actually come before the growth of your business. Your ability and willingness to work on yourself will in large part determine how far you and your business goes. So that really stood up to me, and I was laughing at myself because I've read this book. It's my 3rd time, and it's right here on the front of the book it's about being the best you can be, right? And so I really took that to heart. I was actually on a coaching call with Tony DeCello the other day, and he was the one who brought me up to page 77, and it was just mind-blowing to me. But so Drive is all about that, and I'm really focusing it towards being the best you can be right now, and showing you that that's always something that you can grow towards. It's not something that you can ever reach. There is no ceiling to being the best that you can be. So the way this class works is it's not for everybody. I don't want you all to be there. I want only people who are motivated and want to change to be there. It's $50 to be in the class. That is written to a check for Quiff Cares. That check is held for you. If you mess up, you don't show up on time, it's for 59 minutes once a week, then that check is donated to Quiff Cares, and you're removed from the class. So it's 8 weeks, and then there's a $25 fee that is non-refundable for the leads that you're going to be getting. I'm going to give you call lists. I'm going to be giving you a book of scripts, stuff, just constantly stuff that will cover the cost for my printing and all that kind of stuff. But sign up does start today. Checks are required on the first week. I don't know when the actual day is.
August 15th.
August 15th. And I know that I've had 3 or 4 or 5 people already say they want to be on it. I'm limiting it to less than 15 people. So if you do want to be a part of it, please sign up right away. I'll have a sign-in sheet in the back corner there, and send out all the information, so make sure you put the email. Cool?
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tony. Appreciate your commitment to the agents and their businesses. We do have a national event that's coming up. In the second week of September, we have Mega Camp coming up. Are there any agents in here that have attended Mega Camp and would like to give a testimony surrounding Mega Camp and what you've learned, what it's done for you in your business? I know Barbie, Mary, I know you've been there. Brandon, come on, Danette.
Can I talk about it?
Please, I appreciate it. Yeah.
She actually texted me before I came and said I had to talk about it. So
yeah, absolutely, forced into it.
Mega Camp is awesome. If you haven't had, how many people have gone? I've been doing a lot of this hand raising today. It's really great. Whether it's family reunion or Mega Camp, be there. I think that Mega Camp's a lot different because it's always in Austin. So for me now, going to Austin now, this is probably, I think this will be my 4th or 5th time in Austin for one of these events. It feels like a second home where you're going and you go and you get to listen to Gary all day long and learn from other big agents. I think this is the only place that you can have that access to someone like Gary McKellar. He's up there telling you basically how the next year of your business is going to go and what the market's looking like and all that kind of stuff. But for me, it's just great because of the networking part. If you haven't been to one of these events, it's all about the networking, going out, meeting these huge agents, meeting people who you want to be, right? There's that saying that about friendships and the friends that you have, and it's okay if you have friends that are kind of holding you at the level that you are right now, but make sure you're going out and finding those people that you want to be like. So this gives you an awesome opportunity to meet people all around the country, other agents who you want to be. And they'll sit down, every time I go there I have 3 or 4 different dinners with, or have drinks or whatever else with people who are really high level achievers, and it's really neat. So make sure you're there. It's cool.
Any questions for Brandon about what Mega Camp is like or what you can expect? Steve?
I don't have a question, but I'm looking at the wall behind you where it says think bigger. And it's impossible for any of us to think bigger than we're currently thinking unless we're surrounding ourselves with others that are doing that. And that's what Mega Camp was for.
Yeah.
Mega Camp was specifically to bring top producers, big thinkers, put them together in a room for a couple of days and empower everybody to think bigger.
Fantastic. It's going on September 12th through the 15th. If you need information, I can get it to you. You can find it on KW Connect, where you can find everything KW offers. So make sure that you're looking into it. It is a fantastic event.
You can use it as a
Yes.
Can I make one more statement?
Please.
Last year sometime, I forget when it was, we did a survey and we checked and we said, what's the difference between our agents in this office that were attending at least 2 trainings a month and the ones that didn't? And it was 74% more productive for the agents that were in at least 2 trainings a month than the ones that didn't. So I'm seeing upcoming classes and events. This is amazing, all the stuff that's being offered. Don't hurt yourself by not going.
Yeah, exactly. Danette?
I think that it's important also when you're in a transaction with what you would consider probably a top producer, invite them to Mega Camp. It's absolutely one of the best gifts you can give them, and I know that you will not hear any complaints about the money or the cost. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to ask. It is another ability to show what this company's all about.
Absolutely. Samantha, please.
It's really an ongoing resource too. I mean, I've made relationships in Mega Camp from just being there last year that people I can reach out to and say, hey, I'm experiencing this. Do you have any suggestions for that? And it's just been, it's awesome. That's one of the things you don't really think about when you go, is that everyone you meet is a resource forever.
And that's really important to remember because we need our resources. We can't possibly retain everything that we're learning and of the people we're meeting, and learn through others. You know, no sense in trying to do it all yourself. Somebody has already paved the way. So absolutely, thank you.
One other thing, it's so much more powerful when you're meeting these people all over the country that, you know, you find someone that needs a North Carolina agent and you say, I know exactly who I'm going to give you to, and I can tell you that we're friends and we know each other and we spend a couple times a year together and this and that. There's the same agents every single time. I meet with one guy in Maine, a couple guys on the East Coast, and we always get together. And I recently was able to give one of them a North Carolina referral for a guy that I sold the house for here, and it was so much more fluid because I called him and said, hey, this is Brandon. And so there's people that run their businesses all year off of the people that they meet at these. I can't remember what's his name. He holds that big cactus. And,
oh yeah.
That's what they do. Yeah, that's all they do. They just do referrals from these events.
It's really fun too.
It is really fun.
They have beer.
Yeah. Barbie, did you want to add?
We always have a good time, so yes, they do have beer, Brandon, and you can write poetry.
That is true, we can.
We have videos of that.
That sounds like an inside story.
We don't want to show those videos.
Here, and I met these people at a luxury happy hour, and I just so happened to have a client that was selling here and moving to California with their job, and we were able to put them in touch with an agent over in California. And of course, you know the disparity in pricing between Phoenix and California. Just my 25% referral fee, I think, was $9,000. So if you're on the fence, you really can't afford to go, I would say you can't afford not to go.
Good point. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you there then. All right, before we get to the lead calls opportunity, I want to really take a moment here to say thank you to our incredible partners. If you're here, please stand up so you can wave and make sure that everybody knows that you're here. AmeriFirst Financial, John Wilmar. CNN Mortgage, Kathy Morrow. Fidelity National Home Warranty, Callie Parker. Fidelity National Title, Don Jakowski. I know he was here. Movement Mortgage, Mike Pearson and Steve Cianci. Old Republic Home Warranty, Yvette Meyer. People's Mortgage, Brian Gething. Security Title Agency, Jeremy Eaton, you can raise for him too. Title Alliance of Arizona, Kelly Johnson. And True Purpose Insurance, Andrew Greaves. Thank you. Oh, yes. Sharon, you want to come up for a moment and talk about the wonderful events that we have going on for the drive?
Sarah?
And Sarah, thank you.
I'm going to talk about Mesa. You know, we talked a lot about culture today, and one of the parts of culture is giving back. And this is the third year we've partnered with the City of Mesa for their annual water drive, which all those donations that you guys are giving go to United Food Bank to go out to people and organizations throughout Mesa. We are about a month into the water drive. We're a little behind where we need to be. We're about 22% of last year's goal. We got 2 more months to go. I did see Tony bring some water in today. I saw Don Hebert bring some water in today.
Andrew hasn't spilled it all over the
yeah. So please, guys, if you can bring some water in, send the flyers that Rhonda sent out. You can customize them. You can post them on your social media. You can send them out to your clients, your friends, your family. We are a drop-off location, so that can be anyone that can bring the water in here and drop it off. We got 2 more months to go. We appreciate your help. The other thing we're doing is we're in the middle of a back-to-school drive with Save the Family. How many of you were there for Red Day with Save the Family? Quite a few. See, it's a hand-raising day, Brian. We are partnering with them through the end of the year. So right now we're in the middle of a back-to-school drive. We've got a box down at the front. We've got a list of supplies. Once again, Rhonda sent out the list so that you can customize them and post them on your social media, send them out. Once again, anybody can drop off the school supplies. We do need those school supplies here by Friday the 21st so that they can get them out to their folks.
This month.
Of this month. So appreciate your support. And Sarah's going to talk about what we have going on at the Gilbert Business Center.
We are doing the same 2 drives at the Gilbert Business Center that Sharon just spoke about. Our box was pretty much empty before for the school supplies, but it's now about 2/3 full. So we're making progress this week.
Wow, good.
We don't have very much water though. We need more water. We've only got like 9 cases of water. So you can bring in some water, and you can even have Fry's deliver water to the Gilbert Business Center, and they'll just drop it off for us.
And in Gilbert, this is to benefit the Gilbert Fire and Rescue for both of the drives, so. We appreciate your support.
Wonderful, thank you, ladies. Okay, we had Amy Campbell and Melinda Walter on the lead calls opportunity. I see that Melinda's here. Is Amy here? Okay. Melinda, what was the success that you were receiving from the on-call leads?
3 really strong buyer leads at this moment.
3 buyer leads. Oh, that's fantastic. And that was for 2 weeks?
At least.
At least, oh, perfect. All right, so we're gonna do a drawing. Oh, Miss Tony walked out. I was gonna have her be the honorary, hand her. Misty, why don't you do the honors? She's like, don't hold me to it. So for our first on-call agent, first half.
Is you.
Is it Misty?
Rick!
That's awesome.
That's
great. See?
I say get good.
Yeah. And then for the last half, yeah, exactly. Can I put my hand in now? For the last half, who wants to draw? Danette, why don't you draw for us? You do so much for us.
Jennifer.
Woo! Very nice, very nice. Best to all of you. And I just wanted to express a sincere thank you for all the support that the agents and absolutely the staff have been giving me to be able to give my assistance to the Market Center as the interim team leader. So I really greatly appreciate everybody. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you.
You're 1 minute late.
Oh, shit.
That's because all that music you're playing.